Alright, there we go. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you got yourself some refreshments and whatever else you needed. Yeah, thanks for the welcome backs, but yeah, let's get back into tonight's game here, shall we? Right? Gonna return to the UK for Forza Horizon 4 and return to Fortune Island in general so we can continue through that DLC. So, without further ado, let's jump back in here. Yeah, as I said on social media, I did figure out how to sort of fix the online troubles we were having last week. I guess it must be like some kind of authentication issue, because all I really had to do was just log out of my Xbox account and then log back in, and then I got like a separate window popping up going, do you want to link your Steam and Xbox accounts together? And I was like, okay, sure, why not? Put them together. I don't think I'm going to be using any other Xbox or Steam accounts in my lifetime anyway. That will have one benefit, right? Remember last week how I had trouble trying to use one of the Ferrari 458s to get through that drift zone? Now I can maybe hop on and see if I can find a good drift spec for that zone. Got me some flavored water and snacks. Gotta have that flavored water. It's nice to have some snacks too. I actually have a pie. A pie I got from like my food delivery a few days back that I kept in my fridge for a while. Because when I get food delivery, I usually get like several days worth of delivery, so I can sort of justify the price and sort of lessen the impact of the delivery fees and everything, right? So just say like 2-3 days worth of food out of it, and it works out, what kind? Apple pie, right? Classic apple pie, fast food apple pie, You've seen them, places like McDonald's and Popeyes. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Okay, yeah, let's just get back in here, huh? And let me bring out the Ferrari 458. Maybe we can try to open with that. Right, do a couple of the treasure hunts that may have eluded us previously. Yeah, I think I was using the... Oh wait, no, am I in the auto show? I think I should be in like my cars. There we go. As for drinks, I do have a cup of water right this time, but I also have a soda on hand just in case. It's like a special edition 7-Up, because that was the thing that was on sale while I was at the market. It's like this tropical flavored version. Here we go, 458 Special. Like a blackberry pie with custard. Ooh. Any sort of like berries and cream kind of mixture for desserts gets my vote. It all goes together pretty well, I think. Tartness of the fruit combined with the sweetness of the cream usually works pretty well, I think. Okay, let's see if I can find the drift spec in here. Ah, here we go. Drift special. Perfect. Add like a pavlova. I think I remember you bringing that up in on another day. I did look that up, and I think, yeah, I would certainly enjoy that for sure. I also like those parfait cups, right? You see them on occasions, like yogurt and berries in some form of layers, right? Sometimes topped with like granola or like cookie crumbles or something like that, right? Those really hit the spot. There we go. I think we can get back out here in the Fortune Island. Let's see, I think I needed to do that here, right? And I just need to hit the minimum. Don't need to worry about getting the tippy top of score here. Just get 80,000 points. That's all I need. Oh no, poor network conditions. Oh boy. Man, we weren't running into problems last week. What makes this week so different? I notice I'm... Oh boy, wow. I'm really herky-jerky this time around. I wonder if I should switch off into PNG mode for this. Alright. We'll see how this persists. Let me know if you're running into problems on your end. If they continue, I might try to switch some things off.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Oh yeah, seen them in the supermarket. A bit like them yogurts that have the pot attached with fruit in. Oh yeah, those. Yeah. A little laggy. Yeah, I noticed that. Okay, you know what? I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go switch over to PNG mode. Give me a moment here. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll stick with this for now. Wasn't like this last week. Yeah, that's the thing, right? It was running pretty well with my VTuber model and everything. I wonder what changed. I don't think I have like any new programs running. I made sure to close out of anything I wasn't using. Ah well. We'll roll with this for now, right? Hopefully things will be on the up and up. Welcome back again. Thank you. That's just the one thing I didn't do. I didn't get like a new PNG with me in my swimsuit. Yeah, I should do that. I should go get in touch with the person who made this one and go, hey, you want to make a... Can I commission a swimsuit version of this PNG? That would probably go over pretty well. But alright, let's get back in here. Let's get this drift zone done. Welcome back again. Yeah, thank you. Hopefully this will work. Hopefully everything's looking fine. I just gotta remember, I only need 80,000 points, right? It's probably gonna be the thing. If I get 80,000, I'm just gonna drive to the end, you know? Not gonna try to risk it. Certainly have memories of that other drift zone in Forza Horizon 5, the super extra long one on that switchback. Just imagine, you know, trying to get a good score on that and then failing out like halfway through because you spun out one too many times, right? Eventually became a point. It's like, all right, if I get enough points for the 1-star target, it's just like forget everything else. You're just driving straight to the end, right? I'll try to maybe push my limits another day. The face is cute. Thank you. I like both faces actually, right? I like the idle face and the speaking face. I think they both have their appeals. Oh wait, no, I've hit it. I've hit the target, so we can take it easy. Yeah, I'll go for a personal best later. For the sake of the stream and the sake of progression, we'll just beeline it to the end. Oh yeah, couldn't but beat my personal best on that. Yeah. I always dreaded like any week that that drift zone popped up in the weekly.
Perhaps I need to tell
That's when it got real
to
crazy.
make these harder. Adding coordinates to your map. Come on, you still have to do the legwork.
I also like how the landscape changes, right? Because it's winter now, so everything has like a wintry look to it. Of course, you know, on their end, it probably wouldn't be too hard to make 4 different photos to correspond to every season. But I appreciate the put in the work for it. That's pretty nice. And real handy, too, because it will let you, you know, maybe be more familiar with, like, the current terrain as it is, right? The idle one is so cat smile. It is very cat smile. You're right about that. Okay, so basically I just have to find a spiral, huh? This one might not be as difficult. So that spiral looked pretty large. Yeah. It is always fun when you have like an anime character that sort of has like the default cat smile, right? When their idle expression is just like them with the :3 face, right? And of course, it's like doubly funny if like the people who have the cat smile are also like cat people, right? Like Ferris from ReZero, right? He's like a demi-cat, and he has the cat smile, of course. Now, since I am riding a Drift Spec 458, I might as well hit up these other drift zones as well. Try to eke out some points out of them. While I can,
turn left.
Even if it is 1 star.
200 yards.
Oh, hey, look at that.
Right.
We're in round 7,
Fortune
just
Island
like
treasure
that.
hunters in round 7. Listen very carefully. I shall say this only once.
But you get to read it
This
as many
80s
times as you
Lambo
want.
was built for dirt. Blaze through the forest without getting hurt.
An 80s Lambo, huh? But Kira, I should make the hints harder. Also, Kira, 80s Lambo. Which one is it?
That's for those not lucky enough to qualify for the Island Conqueror round 7, of course. If you did, you've got races to win as well.
A handful of new events. Looks like 15,000 influence to gain.
Turn right.
Gee, I wonder. I know, right? What could 80s Lambo possibly refer to? Now, if you excuse me, I need to look through my collection of Ferraris. It's got to be one of them. Oh man, Storms and snow. That's a really fearsome combination. Right, just like one or the other is already, you know, gonna have you have adverse conditions, but both of them at the same time, holy moly. That is going to be some exceedingly treacherous weather. Oh, is this it? Is this the spiral, the Druid Stones? Oh wow, conveniently, the photo's right here. Okay, so it's like overlooking them, so it's gotta be up here, right? Notice perspective chicory is a thing, so it could be quite a ways up, but definitely at least overlooking that spiral. Like, this has to be a spiral, right? Certainly no other spiral of stones around here. Unless there are. Right, okay, so like the point of the spiral is kind of pointing outwards. Also, it's got a rock to the left. There's a giant rock to the left of it. So I have to keep that in mind too. Honestly, I'm like a bit too far away. It's around here, I think. I should probably pick a more suitable car for climbing inclines. Man, the fact that it's winter too, that's gonna make navigating these hills tricky. There we go. We'll ride the Maverick for now. Oh, hydrate! Thank you for that. Let me drink some water. That's right, the throwing system works even though I'm in PNG mode. Just took a little finagling of the throwing system, but there you go. Little jank, but hey. Also, hello, Shalizzy. How are you? You'd think that would be part of it, but that's not where our treasure chest is. Might be up higher. Oh man. Not even our off-roading vehicle with snow tires can get up this incline. Maybe I need more speed. Spirals are straight out of Pet Sematary. Any sort of natural spiral, I guess, it's kind of unsettling. And yeah, that's before you kind of read any series that prominently features spirals in a overly creepy manner. Just passing by. Ah, got work? I see. Gotcha. Can imagine me with the throwing skirts redeem. You know what? I should do something like that, huh? See if I can find like a bunch of clothing items and just like make that a redeem. Throw some clothes my way. That might be fun. Tested out the new Peak update yesterday. Yeah, was fun. Oh yeah, Peak did get an update. Their last update. They added a few more biomes at the very end and gave you kind of a way to sort of definitively close it out, right? You sort of like put a nice cap on everything with some new run conditions. I was watching some people play it. Looks appropriately. Oh, hey, here it is. Chest. Wow. So yeah, I just didn't go high enough, huh? All right.
Found and claimed by someone who might be familiar to you by now. Don't blame Horizon. This isn't our fault.
It is your fault. Could have made the hints harder, or maybe put in like a policy of limit one chest per participant. I mean, it's fine. It would make this a lot less fun. It's funny how they try to make this like some sort of official competition between a lot of people when it's, you know, just, well, me, myself, and I. Alright. Legend says Lady of the Lake will shower with treasure on a 3-star R8. Okay, so I guess I'm looking for like an R8 car. Let's see. Any car with like R8 in this name, and then I guess we have to go out to the lake and find a PR stunt there. You can make them like a cryptic crossword clue. Yeah, right. A bit more oblique. Maybe phrase it like a Jeopardy question. I guess I didn't want to make it too hard, right? Because the riddle is like half of it. The treasure hunt is kind of like the other half of it, and you don't want to bog people down too far one way or another. Okay, do we know of like any notable R8 cars? I might have scrolled by a bit too fast here. Oh, my Titan Bird concept also has snow tires. I'll have to keep that in mind. That might see a lot of use, especially with the off-road and cross-country races. Audi. Okay. Well, let's just go over here and... Oh, wow. Speak of the devil. R8 V10 Plus. Alright. We'll get in that. Give it to me. I gotta head out to the lake. PR stunt by the lake, huh? Oh. Okay, yeah, this one. This one. Just straight up the one that says Lady on the Lake, right? As said in the clue. I'm going to guess that is the PR stunt we have to get through. Thankfully, it's just a speed trap. Hopefully, stock R8 will be enough for me to get 1 star on it. Gun it!
You have arrived at your destination.
Was that enough? They did also say I needed 3 stars, so maybe I can't just slip by that one with the bare minimum, huh? I need to hit 150. I still think I can do this with stock. I just need like a bit more run up. So maybe we can try it from the other direction. Oh. And getting bounced back from the tree here. Who would have thought they had like actual physics and everything? And you know, volume and mass and all that too. I think I actually clipped a moment like that in the other, our other Forza Horizon playthrough. Okay, there we go. Target speed. There we go. Solve the riddle.
Hey, Goose. Coordinates are marked. Some of our drivers are heading to the location now. Better hurry. Finders keepers.
Okay. A tree nearby and a couple of stone piles. Of course, you can see the big mountain in the background there. Also, it's by some rocks. Oh, dang. Also, it's all the way up there. Wow. Okay. Man, imagine making me go across the entire island just to have a go at this treasure chest. Luckily, it's not that large of an island.
In 400 yards, turn left.
It is shockingly compact.
Turn left. 200 yards, turn right.
Ah, well. I rarely expect DLC zones to be very large. Like, even in other games. Yeah, DLC zones tend to be a pretty compact experience. I'm just thinking of, like, Borderlands 2, right? Because they had, like, their 4 expansions, right? Their 4 main expansions that kind of took you to standalone zones, and you know, they'd have unique appearances, but you eventually be able to kind of figure out your way around them, right? Soon it will be like the back of your hand and all that, right? I wonder what happened here to make it abandoned. I wonder. Clearly a rich history to be had here, but at least for Horizon, we just know it as one giant playground to play in. Admittedly, a playground rich with history and big drops. This is a fairly prominent feature of this island. Lots of cliff sides. Okay, so there it is. There's the big mountain there. Right, this was kind of featured there. Also, I need to be on the lookout for a tree. The tree was nearby it, so if we spot a tree here, provided I haven't already knocked it down, should be pretty close to it. Oh, I guess I could get that XP board while I'm here. 5,000. Oh wait, there's a tree. I see a tree. One lone tree. Ah, there we go. There are the rock piles, and there's a chest. Bap.
Fortune Island has its 6th millionaire horizon, or the same millionaire 6 times over. We'll try to make this fairer, I promise.
I was about to say the same millionaire 6 times, but Kira took care of it for me. Alright. I also noticed I got a bonus car. I think that was like a result of getting half of the treasure hunts. Let's see. It's number 7. This 80s Lambo was built for dirt, blazed through the forest without getting hurt. Right, 80s Lambo. Poor person that had to schlep out there to place that board, right? They had to take a whole trek. Carrying that board, too. You saw how big that thing was? I've certainly had to carry some number of large, awkward things. Notably, boxes, right? Just like flattened boxes, had to take them out to the recycling bin. Those are fun to carry around, especially if you have like a stack of them. Oh, here we go. Here's our... Is it the LM002? I guess we'll try this one. Unless there are like other 80s Lamborghinis. Or maybe that clue is just like, you know, worded in a way that you could take any 80s Lamborghini. If there are others. Okay, what was it? Blaze through the forest without getting hurt? So I guess we need to find a trailblazer that would take us through the forest, huh? Would it be this one, maybe? Oh no, those are danger signs. No, trailblazers have a different appearance. I was like, where's the finish line? But it turns out it's this one. I'm only seeing... Oh, the Forest Run. Okay, I'm going to assume it's the Forest Run Trailblazer.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Flat screen TV box. Oh man, you know what? Yeah, I can imagine those boxes being pretty sizable. I guess flattening them probably wouldn't be too much trouble. They're already almost there. Yeah, since this is the last PR stuff, we can get back to making our way through the Island Conqueror Championship. Okay, we can just go downhill. Whee! Turn right, you say? Certainly try to do that. Spent ages picking up packing peanuts and polystyrene. Oh, yeah. You're picking up the little bits of styrofoam left over from taking it off the TV. Yeah.
When it is safe to do so.
I remember doing that when I got my new monitors. Certainly fun times, and I was still finding little bits of styrofoam many, many months later, right after I thought I'd taken care of it all, you know? It's like glitter, right? You never fully clean up glitter. You just get enough of it out of the way that it at least looks presentable again. Well, I'm just glad they happen to have a trail there that could just, like, cruise my way through. Riddle solved, yeah!
Hey, Bruce. Location updated. Better hurry, you know. You've made some of the other treasure hunters on this island pretty desperate.
Imagine they're trying to work together. It's like, alright, you cover this area, and I'll cover this area. So this one looks like it's right by the water. By a lot of trees. So is it like by that by that water area that we just passed, like right here maybe? Yeah, you break it off and the beads go everywhere, right? Just accidentally snap it in two and just like see the bits fly here and there, like, oh great. You know, you're gonna have fun
Turn left.
finding more pieces every day. Man, this vehicle takes a really long time to get started. I imagine the snow probably doesn't help it, but boy oh boy. Yeah, who would have thought Lambo would have had a hand in like a large off-road style of vehicle? The design definitely feels very Lambo, I guess, for the lack of a better word. You know, certainly it's got its sleek, angular design and everything, right? Even with its large shape and everything, it is very unmistakably Lambo.
You have arrived at your destination.
Yeah, 6 months later, you're still hoovering them up, right? Still finding pieces in the vacuum bag. Alright, was this not a water area? To be fair, I did pass by. Okay, that was actually just like an elevation thingy. The water area is somewhere else. Actually, I could just like do drone mode. Alright, we'll fly this little baby around. We can also go zoom. Yeah, that, and it's a chonker. Yeah, right? That vehicle will be pretty built. Guess that's like one way it's unlike Lambo. Right? Like the hypercars tend to be pretty sleek. Whereas that one is definitely built like an SUV. Oh, here it is. Wow. I kind of like how it glows in the dark. That's pretty nice. Tonka trunk for adults. Oh, man. Certainly a truck for people who don't normally truck, right? They just want like a big heat vehicle from their favorite brand, and these guys indulged, at least for that period of time.
Another one! Congratulations, I suppose. We've tried our best to keep your identity secret from other Horizon drivers, but I wouldn't go flashing that cash around the festival if I were you.
Don't worry, I wouldn't be one to do that. That would be kind of funny if they had just like an event that popped up that was like Revenge of the Other Treasure Hunters, and you had to like race against them as they chased after you or something. Alright, we can go back to racing now. We've done all the treasure hunts we can for now.
To do so.
Yeah, there's still a few more to go, but you don't gotta worry about that for a bit.
In 400 yards, turn left.
Man, I do like the way the lights look at night, right? Like, you have the lights that kind of illuminate the landmarks, and you can just see how that affects things, and the headlights, too. Kind of dig that. It certainly gives you the feel of, you know, nighttime in the country. Just like out here, just driving through, enjoying the tranquility of everything. And as a little bonus, you also have the Aurora Borealis in the background. Oh, man. You like the free roam races between live events.
Turn left.
Like where you like have to zoom towards the next destination and try to race everyone there for funsies.
Turn left. You have arrived at your destination.
It'd be nice if they added a haunted farm. That would be pretty fun. You know, maybe like a little haunted farm event. Be like the expeditions they had in Forza Horizon 6, except this time you're like making a whole haunted farm experience, right? It's like those hay bale rides, but you're driving your own vehicle, right? Anyways, I'll probably just stick with vehicles with snow tires, considering the season. I know this is a road race, but I imagine on the island, roads could also include dirt roads, right? Alright, let's just get out there. Like Farmageddon here at Halloween. Yeah, right. It's almost like Rule of Farm, right? When Halloween rolls around, you start seeing like the haunted farm ride events. Or, you know, like cornfields or the hay bale rides or things like that, right? Good way to make some easy money, I suppose. It certainly gets all the city slickers' blood pumping, right? Nothing more than like the fear of the unknown and you know, remoteness and everything, and what is more unknown and remote, but like a rural area. At least not as many people can claim to know about those places, right? Just by nature. Corn maze at night with no lights. Oh boy. Yeah, it's the perfect setup for some haunted thrills there, I imagine. Holy moly. Have you ever done a maze, like a real life maze? I haven't done a corn maze, but I did do like a maze at another carnival, right? because they had like a maze sort of attraction set up, right? That one's particularly fun because then, you know, since you don't have like the overhead view, at least for me, I've definitely kind of employed the keep one hand on one wall and just follow that all the way through. Eventually, hopefully, you'll find yourself at an exit sooner or later. Employed that well. I did make it through that maze. Hedge maze at Alton Towers theme park. Oh yeah, hedge mazes. That would be a pretty big attraction too, huh? I wonder if there's a claustrophobia element attached to it too, right? Because the walls would be like real close to each other, so that would certainly put you on alert a bit more. Especially with like a lot of corners and stuff too. And maybe they have like hidden panels and things like that too. That could probably also up the tension. A lot of our stately homes have them. That makes sense. I feel like a hedge maze there would pull multiple duties, right? Make for a good attraction, a nice little set piece, a thing to talk about, a little activity for the kids. Maybe even the adults, too. Like being in The Shining. I'd admit, yeah, that did actually cross my mind. Oh, I remember there was also that hedge maze at the Outer Worlds, too, right? It was like in the one DLC where you went to the resort planet and like one of the quests had you go through the hedge maze.
I know the crowds aren't as big here on Fortune Island, but trust me, the whole of the UK will be streaming the island finale races. You just make sure you give them a show.
I always do. Alright, well, that's all for the southern side. I guess unless we want to try the danger sign again. Yeah, we'll leave that be. Let's, I guess, head up to this dirt race here. Yeah, look at that. 5,000 experience. That's all we need to hit up round 8. Off we go! Evil of it was like Labyrinth with the changing walls. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, right? Like, you would expect the maze to be a static thing, but if it can actually change on you and bamboozle you, make you even more lost than you already are, that would be a pretty insidious maze. I think I remember there being like a kids game show at that, where the final round was also about trying to get through a maze. I remember like there were like kids in teams of 2, at least that's how they would do it, right? And then the final round would have one of them kind of suit up in like a special robotic suit, and then the other kid would try to direct them via like a special joystick. I guess they said would like put out air currents to let the kid know which way to go, right? Because the one kid would have like the overhead view of the maze, so they could try to guide their teammate through that maze. I just remember the end of every episode being weird, because they would be like, all right, kids, it's now time for you to take a special journey. And then the kids would like turn into balls, and then they would like get sucked into a portal. And then the credits would roll, right? It'd be like, oh, now they're off to their next challenge or a higher plane of existence or something,
when
right?
It is safe to do so.
Weren't quite sure what happened. They just kind of vanished for all we knew. I wonder what that must have been like from their perspective. Just see the adults going, okay, we just need you to do this pose, and done. Right, we'll just let the editing crew take it from here. That sounds fun. I do remember being enamored by it for a bit. Man. I wonder what the name was.
At your destination.
We're gonna ride the Will-O-Wisp trail, huh? Will-O-Wisps. I hear they're very crafty fellas. You see one of them, you gotta be extra careful around them. Then again, I think like European fae seem to have like a reputation for being tricksters. It's like if you see signs of them, you gotta be extra careful because they're gonna lead you to your doom more often than not. Like the one I hear about somewhat fairly frequently is like the rings of mushrooms that are called like fairy circles sometimes, right? If you see them just like out there in the wild, it's like, oh man, better watch out. Better be careful. I mean, you should be wary of mushrooms out in the wild anyway, because you know they might potentially be dangerous, but I guess that like puts some extra menace to them. Man, the ride down Spiral Mountain was already 1/5 of the race. Now it's an extra long trail out to the open fields. Reminds me of a show here. What's called Nightmare. It was like D&D. They'd have a Viking helmet covering their eyes. Team of 3 would guide them. Each room had a CGI background, like a proper dungeon. Oh! That does sound like fun. Like a proto-VR helmet, huh? Must have been interesting. Almost feels like real-life wizardry in a way, right? or like, you know, those first-person dungeon crawlers, like wizardry, or Etrian Odyssey, I guess also. Yeah, I'm guessing like the rooms would probably have like some kind of task for the team to complete. So the other fellas would have to try to guide them towards completing the task in an efficient manner. Had clue rooms with items and food for their health. Oh, got resource management too. That's how it makes sense, right? Gotta watch out for the enemies too, or you might lose your health, and that'll be the end of your run. You know, that kind of reminds me of a show we had that was called Legends of the Hidden Temple. We didn't have like any CG backgrounds or anything, but it did have. It was like a mix of Double Dare and a quiz show, where like a majority of the show would have these teams compete to get like medallions, and then eventually there would be like one team left standing, and they would have to go through a temple, which was sort of like this 2-level big old playing field where it would be divided into rooms, and each room would have like a task for them to complete, and their goal was to kind of pick up the artifact of the show and make their way back out of the temple. But there'd also be these guards inside in random locations that would, grab the kid and kidnap them. But if they had a medallion, they could protect themselves from a grab, right? And yeah, I think that you could get up to like 2 or 3 medallions through the course of the episode, and so you could protect yourself from like 2 guard presences. But you know, if that third one got ya, it was all over. sounds intriguing. It was.
Around when it is safe to do so.
I think part of it was because the artifacts were also like the public domain artifacts, so they would be like based off of actual historical objects. So, you know, they would have like a short segment where the host would kind of go through a very abridged history of the artifact in question. I was like, now it has shown up in the temple for you to retrieve, or something like that, right? I just remember the temple run being notorious for being quite difficult, right? Like, not too many teams actually got in and out and completed a run in time. Right, either they would run out of time or they would run out of medallions and would get grabbed by the guards one too many times. Very fun show, though.
Turn around
like,
when it is safe to do so.
There are probably a good number of people out there who still remember the team names. Like, what was it, the Purple Parrots and Silver Monkeys and like that, I believe. I think Iguanas were in there, too.
You have arrived at your destination.
Game shows, man. We don't get like those kids game shows like we used to. I feel like most game shows I see these days are like those it's either like the syndicated long-running ones like Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune, or they're like the big prize game shows. I guess you don't see too many of those either these days. Only 8 teams completed Nightmare. It was that difficult. Holy crap! You could count that on 2 hands. Man. I bet that became to be a defining feature of that show, huh? What was that? I guess it would be like the kind of show where if you had like the resource management, you would definitely need to hedge your bets or know when to take risks and maybe have an idea of like when to plan ahead. Of course, when you're talking about kids here, right? They might not have quite that capability, so and certainly you see how that would be quite the challenge. Had to take the right items in the food. Like an old school adventure game. If you forgot to pick up like the necklace in chapter 2, and you like hit chapter 6, and then you see the enemy that requires the necklace, but oh no, your opportunity to pick up the necklace was long ago. You can't go back, so your save is well and truly bricked. Start from the beginning again, and don't forget the necklace this time. You know, there was like a forum I was on. They had a forum game that was kind of like this too. It was structured more like a choose-your-adventure style of game, where, you know, like a number of people would sign up, and the coordinator would like take us through a story, right? And then you know, you would have like a series of choices you could take, and depending on what happened or what choice you took, you know, certain things would happen. Maybe you'd lose a certain amount of health, or you gain an item, or something like that. But I just remember at the end, one of the people who ran like one of the games like that, at the end of everything, actually kind of showed the entire thing they had written in the paths you could take. I just remember part of it being like, there were 2 choices in particular that you could take, where you get like 2 halves of an item, right? That put together would give you an item with a substantial effect. But like the nature of the game meant that, you know, it might be more of a game of luck than anything, right? I guess unless they were like super observant and could figure out like what led you to a choice with an item. But it was like, yeah, sort of advanced thinking that either you would need foresight or just like some real good luck to get something good, right? If any of that made sense, I hope it did, at least. Yeah, all that to say, the game show kind of sounds like something similar to that. Like an adventure game style as a game show, where you kind of had to figure out the puzzles and have the right items in your inventory to pass certain trials. Always wanted to go on Finders Keepers. Getting to mess up rooms looks so fun. Yeah, I can imagine being able to do that as a kid. Yeah, no, that would absolutely be a highlight, wouldn't it? Yeah, I can imagine what that show would be like, right? It's probably just like a find object kind of show, right? And then you'd have to get into the room. You probably have like a certain amount of time to find the object. So, you know, leave no stone unturned, as the saying goes, right? Compelling TV. I can imagine it would be, yeah. Teams were age 11 to 14. Yeah, right? Kids' game shows, as they tend to be. Wow, look at that. Round 8. Means we get another treasure hunt clue.
Just got the call from one of my Horizon tech crews. They've placed the 8th treasure in a secret location. Instructions are as follows. This Swedish knight is ready for action. The lakeside speed zone will test its traction.
Swedish knight, huh? Okay. So what is like a manufacturer from Sweden? I guess that's what it is.
I also took a call from my race setup team. What can I say? I multitask. Qualifiers for the Island Conqueror Round 8. Your events are now live.
I could also just be good at like delegating tasks. That's what good managers do, right? They know how to bring out the best in their team members. I think I already went on this danger sign, but you know what? We can go here again.
In 400 yards.
See if we get a better record or not. I don't think we did. Yeah, 92 feet for 2 stars. Eh. We can worry about that later. Oh, hey, there's a telephone box. A lifetime supply of Gungeon kids game shows. Yeah. That's what the kids like, right? Getting messy.
Turn left.
You know, along with like taking chances and making mistakes and all that. Vroom! Vroom! Indeed, I am vroom vrooming. Hello, Gunter Maxwell. How are you? How's your week been so far? I hope we're doing pretty well here at this midweek checkpoint. Right. I want a lifetime supply of car parts. You know, that would be a pretty handy thing to have. Right? Like, if something breaks down, you can replace it. As long as you... And I imagine, like, figuring out how to, you know, do a little self-maintenance, probably. Is it too hard now? You'll probably, like, find a YouTube video or an article or something that could help you along there. I'm good. How you doing? I'm doing pretty well myself. Having a fairly breezy week, right? Just been good, easy work at the guild, and after work has been pretty nice too, so good week overall. Can imagine parents like, you're not getting this car till you wash. Yeah, right. Don't want to muck up the interior now, do we? And I think for kids' game shows, the prize was usually like a trip to Universal Studios or like a theme park, right? Or, you know, like a new bike or something like that, or like some really cool toys. prize packages that wouldn't break the bank. You know, we weren't like giving $1 million to kids or anything like that. Oh yeah, I think I remember this truck having taking some time to sort of warm up and catch up to the others. Mechanics gives me a thrill. That can be fun, you know, taking things apart and putting them back together, knowing that you're improving the performance of your machine along the way, right? Especially when you got like the technical know-how and you know exactly how your machine's gonna be better at the end of it all, right? So, like, start that thing back up again and just like feeling the benefits right away. Like, oh yeah, I had a hand in this. This was my doing. That can be very satisfying. Your joyful personality certainly makes my day better. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I can make people's days better, and that's what makes this all worth it, right? I remember the ones that would give prizes to the school. Oh, yeah. Like, yeah. You're competing for your school, right? You get funds for your school. And maybe you get, like, books or supplies. And maybe as a little bonus, it might throw in, like, a pizza party, right? Or an ice cream party in celebration of the contestant who made all of this possible. Yee indeed. I can feel the blushing from here. Just felt the heat emitting from out of the screen. Yeah, it's always a warm and fuzzy feeling, right?
Alright, we're close to announcing qualifiers for the next round, which means we're close to the final 12 for the Leviathan and the Kraken, which means you... which means I should let you focus, sorry.
Really excited. I'm drumming up so much PR for this island event. Nah, I get you. Alright, so I'm gonna go up here next, huh? Whee!
Turn right.
I remember they did something with box top coupons when I was young. Oh man, I remember box tops. Yeah, when I was a kid, we actually made a big effort of trying to collect as many of those as we could. I was like, oh yeah, no, you collect a lot of these, right, and they help benefit the schools in some way. I think probably also helped my schools were like very much in on the program, so you could like bring in your box tops to the staff, and I guess they would do whatever they needed to do with them to get the funds from the cereal companies. Collect the box tops for a toy, 200 tops for a plushie or something. Oh, I remember that too. Although I guess for us it was like soda, right? We had like it was like Coke points, I think, right? You would let like the stamps that you could trade in for points, and then would eventually be able to trade in the points for various prizes. I remember there being like a bit of hoopla surrounding one of them, because I think for like a joke, like one of the commercials advertised you could like get a plane for an absurd number of points, and someone actually did trade in an absurd number of points and was like asking, okay, so where's my plane? And obviously they didn't get a plane, right? Because it was like a joke or and that, but certainly put in some changes to how they did those points redemption things down the line. If I remember correctly, the guy who traded in the points didn't actually collect a lot of points, right? Because they also had like another rule in there where you could like buy points for like an exchange for a certain amount, like money to point exchange. So They collected like a nominal amount of points and then just like dropped an absurd amount of money for the rest of the points, and it was like, okay, where's my plane? You ever buy a toy from those ads in the back of comics? Actually, no, I didn't, but I do remember seeing them, right? It was like the old issues of like Archie and stuff that would be advertising all sorts of wild products. There's one I remember in particular that was like, you know, create your own hovercraft at home. I was always like sort of intrigued by that. I was like, oh boy, what could they possibly mail to us that would let us create a hovercraft, right? So I was thinking of like those, you know, the large-scale hovercraft that you see in like, you know, in this game. The large ones with the fans and the motors and the cushions and everything. But as I would later learn, it would be a far different kind of hovercraft, and it's not necessarily something you would need to mail away for either. You could easily procure materials from like your local home goods store, really. Oh yeah, X-ray specs itching powder. I do think I do remember ads for X-ray specs. Hey, you know, considering the demographic of comics, they certainly played up certain things you could do with those X-ray specs. Although I'm like 112% certain that those X-ray specs probably didn't work as advertised. I was always curious as to what they actually were, though. They clearly weren't like, you know, proper X-ray specs that would let you see through things. I remember getting those black long Dracula nails. I was so made up with them. Ooh, I bet you did. Bet you'll look slay, right? Probably look real nice. Now, I've never done painted nails myself. Which probably sounds weird, right? You know, considering the kind of fella I am, you probably would think I would be into nail decoration, but nah. Never got into it. I don't know, I guess it didn't quite stand out to me. Although I wouldn't mind doing it now. I don't know. The idea of just like having decorated nails for a while sounds like it would be pretty fun. Especially if you could like put together a whole outfit that would complement it, right? You could, like, say, get blue nail polish to go and coordinate a blue outfit with it. Or you know, like black nails with a more black outfit, right? That would probably rule quite a bit, you know? The signs were there early, yeah. You like look back on it, it's like, oh yeah. So that was when I realized I liked certain things, right? I was like 14 the first time I painted them. Ooh, nice. Got started relatively early, all things considered. Growing up with women, I was privy to all that. I can imagine. Yeah. Yeah. Your environment does kind of shape you to an extent. Just hope it shapes you for the better. But it sounds like in this case it might have. Oh hey, got a wheel spin. Yeah, 40,000 credits. I suppose at least it's not leggings. Oh. Alright, off to the next race. We'll hit up the cliff scramble here.
Safe to do so.
Oh, did I do this drift zone yet? Oh yeah, I did. Okay, I'll just drive around it. I don't feel like doing it again. You were an extrovert back then. Oh, I see. certainly would be a way to express yourself, for sure.
In 400 yards, turn right.
I see a danger sign down there.
Turn right.
I'll go jump that along the way.
Recalculating route.
I never really was an extrovert myself. I was certainly more of someone who would keep to myself. Although these days I'm fine with like hanging around folks for a short period of time.
You have arrived at your destination.
I'm definitely like a case of what people would say low social battery now, right? Like I'll hang out for a while, but then I need to go retreat and sort of recuperate a little bit, right? A little time to myself to recharge for the next outing. Look at all the goth clothes in the Alchemy Gothic catalog. Alchemy Gothic, huh? I bet they have some pretty good fits there. Considering it's called Alchemy, it's probably some real good fantasy themed fits too. That might be right up my alley, to be honest. I forgot to do this, but considering we've been racing same classes of cars, it's been a while since we got some new ones to photograph. Fair, the type of your car does influence like what else you see out there, so I've been mostly doing like off-roads and buggies and things like that. Great 4x4s, what have you. Gonna be a lot in that category. We old now. Yeah. That might be part of it. No. Times change, priorities change, our energy levels change. Oh, I missed that checkpoint. Music does help a bit, funnily enough. It does. It can, right? Yeah, sometimes you just need that music to give you a bit of extra energy or a little extra confidence. Right? Sometimes the moment just becomes right. And it's like, well, it's a better opportunity than any, right? Yeah, fishnet tops, tights, those cool chunky boots with the platform soles. Oh yeah, I dig a good boot, like a good looking boot. Jewelry, yeah, I gotta have some jewelry to complement your outfit, right? Good necklace, some good earrings, maybe some good rings and bracelets and anklets. If your outfit accommodates that, of course. I'd be lost without music. Yeah, there's something about music that kind of helps, I guess, like, affirm your mood. I guess that's, like, how I sort of use music, right? Whatever mood I'm feeling, I'll usually just, like, play music that kind of fits that, and, you know, just sort of listen and vibe with it, right? You know, if I'm feeling, like, low energy, I might play some slower pieces, or if I'm feeling, like, particularly excited, or, you know, if I need to work on something, I might put something like a bit more intensity to it to give myself a bit more motivation. Style. Yeah, style. Used to be my coping mechanism in public. Get my music on and drown everything out. Yeah, there you go. Right. People usually don't interrupt a person who's wearing headphones, right? That kind of lets you focus in on your task, right? If you need to get from point A from point to B, you don't have to worry about anyone trying to flag you down. And if anyone tries to flag you down, well, you can drown them out with your music, right? Yeah. as someone who lived in the city a lot, I certainly got used to using my own devices to kind of help me get through public transport and all that, right? Well, I guess in my case, it wasn't music players. I was playing on my 3DS and Vita and had headphones hooked up to it. So, you know, I could hear the game I was playing. So as a trade-off, I could only actually use them while I was, you know, taking a ride on the train or the bus or something like that. When I was walking, I would usually just, like, full focus on the walking. Alright. Oh, hey, we have a cross-country up here. Okay, let me go over there.
When it is safe to do so. In 400 yards, turn left.
Man. Hard not to sing along or headbang. It do be like that. You got like an especially catchy tune. Or you find yourself kind of like moving your hand around like a conductor baton or something, right?
200 yards.
Or maybe even like miming some of the lyrics too. Or perhaps air guitaring a little bit as well. So, you know, it could just be like really, really catchy sometimes, right?
Turn left.
I was kind of thinking of actually maybe using my phone as a music player again. I was trying to see if there was like maybe some way I could try to like do a whole music streaming thing, right? Like a Spotify-esque thing, but with like music that I personally have, and see if I could like maybe get that streamed so that I could have that playing when I'm out and about. Probably come in handy in a few cases. Let me focus in on the stuff I want to do.
Turn right.
There's probably a way for me to do it. I just need to, you know, just look up the tutorials online. Right. I'm thinking of like a Plex server, but for music, right? Or I guess you could say like a personal Spotify, perhaps, right? That'd probably be one way to put it. Nice, yeah. Sure hope so. Hope I can get it to work at least. It would be real great. Man, I still remember when Forza Horizon 3 had that feature where you could like stream music from anything you set up in OneDrive. So actually for a period there I did have like a, you know, that all set up, so I had like a personal soundtrack that I could play while playing Forza Horizon 3. Let me tell you, that was pretty darn novel. It'd be sad future Horizon games wouldn't have something like that. I feel like there's a good number of games out there that could really benefit from having like the personal soundtrack feature. Racing games especially, I think, could really benefit from that. Okay, just give you your own personal playlist to race to. That would be fun. Rhythm games would be the other genre that would obviously benefit a lot from letting you have a personal song list. Especially if they have like a personal chart creator too. That's where it would really come in handy. Handy for those times from games that are rare. Yeah, right? Well, turns out that shack there is not destructible. Okay, looks like from the way the checkpoint is set up, they probably want us to go on the beach. Obviously, I don't want to go so far out onto the beach that I end up driving into the water. Gotta be careful about that. Well, big drifts. Okay, maybe not that big of a drift, but it certainly felt like a drift. Man, this cross-country route's kind of fun, though. Oh! Eats! Ow! Not every day I get a bunch of objects thrown at my head. Ah no! I bumped into the wall, and they got ahead of me. I must rectify this. Must set right what once went wrong. There we go. Much better. I didn't realize they were that close behind me, though. Well, that would be a good opportunity to catch up, but... Oh, I thought they were gonna... They really were worried. They really were gonna pass me there. Here we go. Another first place. Now, it's crazy to think up they just have this void set up somewhere, right? Where it can just, like, very quickly teleport the player and their car and the character. It's funny when you, like, just see this out in the wild. I remember, it was like Beyond Good and Evil HD, I believe, had, like, a menu, right?
Hey,
but... thing was, like, the menu was actually a thing in the world, right? So if you, like, went out to a particular spot, kind of zoomed into it, you could see the menu, like, way in the distance. It was really funny.
Surprised with this new performance car. Sting the Mountain Speed Trap for all 3 stars.
Okay, so gotta get a car from Korea. A Korean brand. The only one that comes to mind right now is Kia. I'll look through my garage for that later. For now...
And on the subject of sensitive intelligence, I'm letting all the qualifiers for the second last round of the Island Conqueror know. Our deciding race is now 2 deciding races. You can thank me when you qualify.
Just 26,000 influence. I gotta admit, I'm shocked that's not higher. Well, I guess I'm glad it's not higher either. I mean, it certainly is a larger amount of influence than previous tiers, but... I don't know, it feels like a gradual enough curve, right? It's not like a
100 yards,
a sudden spike of requirements or anything like that, so...
200 yards, turn right.
And it does feel like you can reasonably get there by just doing the races, too. I think maybe you could do a few PR stunts here and there while you're doing the treasure hunts as well, but it doesn't seem like you need to go out of your way to complete everything in order if you wanted to, you know, reach the end of the plot of the DLC, as it were.
In 400 yards, turn right.
Portals, yeah, portals, right? Yeah, middle of nowhere, you see the big screens, right? You see them out in the distance. Oh, I guess we can do this real quick.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Sure, sneak around the speed zone this time.
In 200 yards, turn left.
That's a solid wall, man.
Arrived at your destination.
Another cross-country circuit with some extreme off-road. Oh, here's where I can drive a Titan Warrior. Let's do it. Let's drive the winter camo truck. Honestly, winter camo pattern looks all right. No, I'd certainly find it a bit more appealing than regular camo, at least. very least, I think it wouldn't look too bad on the skirt. No. Camo skirt, winter camo skirt. Looks alright. Must be a good few 100,000 in electricity out here. Oh man. Imagine, yeah, utilities probably cost a pretty penny. Imagine just like getting supplies out here in general means they probably cost a considerable amount. Also means your choices probably aren't like too vast either. Yeah, considering you have to either boat everything out here or like get everything airlifted out here. Yeah, you gotta ration your supplies. Gotta make it last. Have to use that hovercraft? Yeah, you gotta certainly get a lot of mileage out of that hovercraft, I imagine. Fuel cause property damage? Yeah, right. Oh man, imagine if like something broke down out here. Might take a while before you could get like a proper repair crew. Or either that or like the inhabitants will have to start getting very skilled at sort of fixing things up themselves, right? I guess on the flip side, you have like a really, really tight-knit community, I imagine, right? When the spaces spawn, you see the same people a lot. Probably either cozy up to them real quick, or yeah, you know how to duck and just make your way through, I suppose. Hey, we hit another rank of global influence. Man, this race is real short. I just noticed lap times are not even a minute. This is a 3-lapper, but this race wasn't even 3 minutes. It was 2.5. What was that car on the right? Wow. Four-wheeler's got like these giant exhaust pipes sticking out of it. Holy moly. I don't need roads. Yeah, good phrase. Okay, let's see if I get... Alright. That looks like a cool car. Into the garage you go. This is sort of a place where everyone knows everyone's business. Yeah, I guess that's part of it too. We have a local gossip. They'll certainly be privy to the news of
Turn around
the area.
It's safe to do so.
Kind of person that, if you're not careful, could easily sow the seeds of discord and cause a bit of a hullaboo for a while. Alright. What if I just straight-line my way to the destination? Let's go straight to the race site from here. Driving through the snow. Man, the way the headlights kind of shine their light on the terrain, it's pretty nice. Oh, you can know this is a video game because it's not like blinding you or anything, right? I imagine if you tried to shine your headlights on snow in real life, you'd like
Turn right.
see nothing but just a bright white, like, glow, right? As the snow reflects back at you. Whiteout? Yeah, exactly, a whiteout.
Turn right.
climb up from here. And one more climb, and then we'll be at our Northland Rally Trail.
Arrived at your destination.
Let's see what we get to drive here. More extreme off-road. Kind of half tempted to take the tractor. But you know what? I think I'll go with the monster truck. And by monster truck, I mean truck with like the monster livery, not like an actual monster truck. It'd be pretty neat though. It'd be pretty interesting if a Forza game would eventually get monster trucks. Feels like the one avenue they could branch out to. At the very least, it would let them finally follow through with the tease they had for us in Forza Horizon 5. Got to drive the monster truck for a precious 3 minutes. And that was it, really. Need them UV glasses? Oh, I can imagine. Shades in the night. Most of the time, it looks tacky, but I guess in that case, it's probably very handy. Love a nice trophy truck. Yeah, I think it can look pretty cool, right? Looks like it's all prepared to go off-road with the spare tires and the fans in the back to make sure everything keeps overcool. Someone else is riding the tractor. Man, it was keeping up with everyone, too. Oh, is that a warthog? A warthog I see there. Just racing along with everyone else. Excuse me, coming through. I think about it. New season of, I mean, a whole new series of Forza Horizon 6 is about to begin. I think actually tomorrow. They revealed the theme of it. It's like a mascot mayhem, so they're putting full focus on the little mascots that we had to go hitting around Japan. Guess we'll see more of what that entails. I think they also teased some new customization items that would show up there too, so hope that'll be something interesting. Kind of waiting to see when they'll let us unlock like the plaid skirts and the goth outfits in there. Would not mind swapping to one of those. Even though I like my current getup. Feel like I could punch it up a little bit with one of those. There we go. Another one in the books. Yeah, the mascots with little happy faces. And then some of them, when you hit them, went wee, right? They had a little squeezed eyes shut kind of expression on them. Yeah, look at that. 18,000 influence. Well, I think I have to do more races than usual, but shouldn't take us too much longer. And then we have our 2 endgame races to contend with as well. Oh, and the treasure hunts. Yeah, I want to at least wrap up the treasure hunts.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Yeah. Those mascots, though. I feel like a natural step up from, like, the the collectibles we saw in like the other games, right?
You have
Especially
arrived at your destination.
those other mascots that you see in Forza Horizon 5, right? That usually show up in like the Forza-thons and stuff. All right, you know what? Let's try driving the Trail Cat. This will probably lead to disaster, but we could use a good mixing of things here, right? Even if we have been still driving a small variety of vehicles. And off we go. I was like wondering if the track would like have us take a big jump off the cliff, but no. I think we're just taking the switch back regularly. Oh, it's a 3-lapper. That'd be pretty funny if, like, a lap track had a big jump in it. I'm pretty sure that's, like, usually reserved for cross-country. Or at the very least, cross-country features it more often. I guess is what I meant. Yeah. Did I mention that I think I saw Lego Party got an update? Fairly substantial update, too. They didn't add, like, any new boards or mini games or anything, but they did add, like, a couple of new modifiers you could put onto a board. So you could say, you know, make it so that spaces become more treacherous to travel on as players travel that particular part. Or you could have, like, bricks appear in multiple spots, right? For people to grab. And of course they added some more minifigures for you to collect too. But it's good to see that they're, you know, continuing to update Lego Party. I do hope we get like a substantial expansion that does add like more boards and mini games though. I like what we have, but it does feel like it could use a little more. Now, just had a mental image of you driving that in the snow with windshield wipers on my glasses. I imagined that too. It's like, you know, both as a concept and just imagining how that would look. That'd be pretty fun though. Just having little windshield wipers for my, or like wipers for my lenses. Kind of thing you would want to wear when you're driving in an open-top vehicle, right? Now you'll be able to get through the most treacherous of weather. Imagine bringing that up to high speed, right? Just imagine the wipers just going back and forth, just like all crazy, and just see the water just like get water or snow just getting flung back and forth. I have about 14,000 more influence to collect. So that's like maybe 3 to 5 races worth. We are running short on races, though. Oh, no, maybe not. Looks like we have 2 new races remaining. Yeah, like a few PR stunts after that. Should be more than enough to take us to round 10. Round 10. Reminds me of round 1. It's like a combination bar and arcade. Oh, it's interesting to see like what gets emphasized. Cause I think in like Japan, obviously the arcade part gets really played up, but here in the States they do try to play up the restaurant part of it, right? It's like, yeah, this is a center for the whole family. But obviously the other big draw of it is the myriad of arcade games you can play there too, right? And crane games, for that matter. People really like the crane games there.
When it is safe to do so.
Yeah. I went to round 1 like
yards,
twice.
turn
It
left.
was a really long time ago, though. It was really fun. Fortunately, it was also like really far away, so I can't really visit it regularly, which is why I can't go out there as often as I would hope, but it was a good time. Good place. I also know they're regularly opening up more locations, so things might have changed since then. I certainly prefer it over
400 yards, you will arrive
David
at your
Buster's.
destination.
I mean, that's fine, right? But I feel like David Buster's focuses a bit more on the ticket collecting games, right? They have
Arrived at your
those types of
destination.
games like the skee balls and the wheel spins and the coin pushers, right? More of those sorts. Whereas round 1, I mean, they certainly have those games too, but they have like a number of those other games, like the light gun games and the racing games and the rhythm games, right? This isn't just like the ticket games. I guess let's try it. Let's drive the Rally Fighter. I don't think we've seen that too often, if at all. The crane games are a total fix, yeah. No, they're very much meant to be money sinks. I guess at least the round 1 I went to, they sort of had like a what people would refer to as a pity system, right? There, you know, if you sunk enough money into them, right, and you let like an employee know, they were like, okay. They just open up the machine and, you know, give you a prize of your choice, right? Of course, by then it would very much be the definition of like a pity prize, you know, because the amount of money you sunk into that machine would probably far exceeded the value of the prize itself. At the very least, what you might have been able to pay had you just, say, gone on eBay and bought it there. Right? Even if you factored shipping into account, probably would have broke the bank a little less. Man. Reminds me, too, right? Like, at least amongst VTubers, I did see, those remote crane game streams were fairly popular, right? Occasionally you would see someone do a stream of that where they would, like, try to operate a crane machine remotely, right? They would try to knock, like, a representation of the prize into the prize well. And they had, like, the whole pity thing there, too, right? If the staff noticed someone was, like, at a machine for long enough, you would see, like, a "please wait" sign pop up, and then when that screen went down, you would see like the thing be positioned in a way that all you'd really need to do is just give the thing one good push, and then you would get your prize. I never personally did those sites myself, because the same reasons why someone might avoid like a crane game in real life, right? But yeah, I do remember seen a good number of VTubers do like their remote crane game stuff. Yeah, what I usually did was like the capsule stuff, right? Because there were like some hobby stores I went to that would like stock the capsule stuff, right? The gachapon, or the stuff that would normally show up in like gachapon machines, and they would have like a system similar to that where, you know, you would go fill out a little piece of paper with like how many capsules you would want from a certain series, and then you give it to like one of the store employees, and then they give you those capsules, right? You try your luck there, see what you got from it. It was either that or like those blind boxes, right? I was into those blind boxes as well. Or the blind bags, especially at the cons. I would usually make it a point, like if I was at like an anime con, I would try to find a blind bag and just pick up one of those, right? Just for kicks, see what I get from it, you know? See what sorts of series merch I can pick out of it. Got another wheel spin. 25,000 credits. But I already have almost 15 million of them. Man, 15 million. I don't think I've even hit that number in Forza Horizon 6. Seeing a life-size crane game that can pick up a fursuiter, I was like, oh, dude. Picks up fursuiters. That sounds pretty wild. Can only imagine, like, the time and effort it would take to make a whole contraption like that. And they get people who would volunteer for that too. I imagine that must have been quite fun. It's like an advanced version of a dunk tank, right? I'm sure a lot of us are probably familiar with dunk tanks. It almost feels like an advanced version of that. Or no, it reminds me of this other attraction that I heard about. It was like, at certain game conferences where, like, Nikkei showed up, they had, like, a real-life version of, their whole gacha pool thing. So they would have, like, 10 people, show up at, like, this particular exhibit, right? It would, like, be set up in 2 rows of 5. And then, you know, someone would, like, you know, do their 10 pull, and then out would show up, like, you know, 10 people dressed as, like, certain characters, right? So, like, 10 people cosplaying as certain folks. That's, like, a pretty wild stunt, if anything, but pretty neat, too, right? You imagine just, like, all the work that must have gone into making that work. Pretty wild. Like a life-size plushie swinging from a crane. Oh man, I can imagine what that must have looked like. I think there was like a crane game minigame in Mario Party too, right? I remember that specifically. Like Mario Party 1 had like a sort of a free-for-all, and the one who was controlling the crane could choose to pick one thing up. And like Mario Party 2, they changed it into a 3v1, where the goal there was for the one to try to deposit the 3 into the prize box before time ran out. I can't remember if they brought the crane game back for future Mario Party games. Oh man. The other guys are so far ahead. That's fine. I'll probably catch up to them. Gotta make sure to not mess up too much. Got plenty of turns here, right? This isn't just a bunch of straight shots or anything like that. Certainly a lot of long straight roads, but there's plenty of turns in here too for me to gain some ground on. Like I'm doing right now, actually. I'll probably be able to gain a position or two here. Yoip! Excuse me, coming through. Thanks for the cushion. We're at 3 more people. Gain 2. That's just you and me, first position. There we go. Oh, looks like this race though is gonna have lap stat easily go beyond 2 minutes, so. And it's a 3-lapper. Huh. Interesting. Oh, you know, this game isn't afraid to do 2 laps, so. I wonder why this one is 3. Maybe they expected me to be in a faster car? This is a C-Class truck I'm driving right now. That might have something to do with it. At least we get to peek at the scenery here. Oh no, sheep! That's fine. Looks like they knew to turn around, and we're just gonna walk in the path of annihilation there. I was doing a happy dance after seeing Security Breach 2 announced and FNAF World 2 RPG announced. Ooh! Did see someone play Security Breach 1. That was an interesting game. Yeah, if you're a FNAF fan, just seeing new FNAF titles be announced is pretty exciting. You know, a game that came out recently that I'm like a little excited for. On their anniversary too. Best time to announce a new project, right? People usually expect some kind of big announcement during the anniversary, so it's nice to be able to deliver. But yeah, y'all remember Agent 64? I remember playing a Next Fest demo for that like a really long time ago. Well, it's finally out. Yeah, they had their release date trailer not too long ago, but yeah, now it's out in full. And if you're not familiar with Agent 64, that's like their, it's like a retro throwback FPS that very much is a tribute to games like GoldenEye and Perfect Dark, right? Like the graphical style and sort of the mission format and everything is very reminiscent of those kinds of games. What I've read, it does a very good job of sort of recreating that vibe and everything. Also got a pretty full multiplayer suite too, right? As GoldenEye and Perfect Dark did, especially Perfect Dark, so works there too. They have like a number of extra challenges for you to do in single player, sort of like in the vein of Time Splitters actually, and it's all online too, right? So you can play through the campaign and co-op, and you can play multiplayer online as well. Yeah, I'm happy for them, right? Happy for those fellas. They managed to cross the finish line and have a product that's well worth talking about and playing. If I weren't doing like all nautical games this month, I would certainly have slotted that into my schedule. But hey, maybe if space frees up by September, maybe I can try to fit it in there. I do want to give that a go. I remember having some fun with the demo way back in the day. Hope we get Poppy Playtime Chapter 6 this year. Oh man, they're up to Chapter 6. I realize that's a thing that's been on the rise too, right? There's sort of games that have like a bunch of lore behind them, and each new game just drops like new bits of lore for people to kind of really wrap their heads around. And Poppy playtime certainly seems to be along the lines of that. So yeah, I guess here's hoping, right, we get another chapter in that series. Nice for the people who have been waiting for it. Theorists go wild. I can imagine. People love having a puzzle to put together, right? Just love having clues out there and trying to figure out how to put them all together and what sorts of revelations come from it. And how it could turn things on their heads sometimes. Alright. I think that's actually all of the races, but we're pretty close. Oh yeah, 1,920 influence, so I just gotta do a danger sign or two and we'll probably make it. Okay, let me... Oh, I just wanted to swap cars. I think muscle memory from Forza Horizon 6 might have gotten to me there a little bit, because they have like the big panel that's swap cars, but this one has the big panel that is go-to festival site. There it is. Yee, indeed. Not gonna worry about the drift zone. I'm not in a good vehicle for that anyway. You know, I guess I could get this dirt road out of the way. Getting all the roads on this map, probably a piece of cake, because there's only like 63. Oh, look at that! I have only 4 more roads to traverse over. We're really, really close. Yeah, I'll worry about that. Once all is said and done. Got some mileage out of that CJ5. Sure did. Considering it's like one of the best off-road vehicles I currently have. Works shockingly well. Glad to have it. Oh boy. The location of this danger sign means I won't get too much of a lead up. Or I just have to start accelerating from where we can and then... Oh no, it's up higher. I thought it would be like down here, but I gotta go up a little bit more. Okay, it looks like there'll at least be a bit of a straightaway for me to gain some speed. Or build up some speed here. Alright, here we go! Man. You probably want to bring in something with fast acceleration here, wouldn't you? If you really want to go far. Alright, how many stars does that get me? 1. Alright, one more PR stunt and we'll be able to... Did I say the Leviathan and the Kraken? I guess that's fitting. Right, fitting for an island event. Give us some fearsome sea creatures as the names of the endgame events here. Also, that snowplow. Island snowplow be putting in some work. You know, been running since the 1980s, hasn't really let him down. It's like the old reliable of this little community here, right?
Turn right.
Alright, I think we're uniquely positioned to, really get,
Turn around.
you know,
when
wind
it
up
is
here
safe to
going.
do so.
We can probably go out to this house over here. You know, now that I think about it, there really aren't any new properties to buy here, are there? Then again, now I think about it, I don't think LEGO Speed Champions also had purchasable properties in the DLC zones. And now that I also think about it, Forza Horizon 5 also didn't have, like, purchasable properties in DLC zones.
You have arrived at your destination.
It's very much a main map kind of deal. Alright, this should bring me to round 10. Or not. I didn't even get a star. Whoops. Okay, is there another PR stunt I can do here? Oh, I guess there's this danger sign. Minimum of... Or what if I just, like, smacked an influence board? Do you think that would probably do as well? Would that
Turn
count
around
towards,
when it is safe to do so.
Would the island boards count towards, progressing through the rounds? I guess I should have paid attention to that when I was smacking the board the other time.
You have arrived at your destination.
Just the one Lego house? Yeah, it's true. You did have that one Lego house you built through the DLC. There we go. That was only the 5th of 25 influence boards here. Okay, well, it got me global influence. Alright, yeah, I don't think that counts towards, progression. Probably so cold in there. Yeah, right? I'm out here in the snow and in an open air vehicle to boot, right? I'm just getting the full force of the weather. Thermal tights? Yeah. Definitely want to be packing some thermal tights here. You know, there's like some tights out there that are also flesh colored, so, you know, if you still want like the appearance of bare legs, you can totally go for that. In fact, they even have like, you know, certain designs that make it look like you're wearing thigh highs, right? Yeah, if you want to go in that direction. It's handy. And thighsy, for that matter. Alright, let's see if I can get 500 feet here. Yep, we cleared it. 1 star, baby. This will get us what we need to reach round 10.
Calling all Fortune Island treasure hunters. This is it. Your final mission. The last phase of the search. Instructions
Also
are...
the treasure hunt.
This house shines like a star. Jump to it in a classic muscle car.
Oh man, I wonder what kind of vehicle do I need to use here? Man, I don't know. This is a little vague. I'm not quite sure. I'll sleep on it. Maybe it'll come to me later.
And for the finale of the Island Conqueror,
There
due
it
to a
is, the
slight jurisdictional
Leviathan
dispute between Alex
and the
Rebecca,
Kraken.
which I will not go into right now, we have 2 races to decide our champion. Meet the Leviathan and the Kraken.
I think they need an excuse to have both an off-road and an on-road type of race, but...
When it is safe
Alright,
to do so.
since the off-road one is closer, we can hit that one up first. And the sweater skirt, fuck yeah! Gotta love good old sweater clothes, right? Especially sweater dresses and skirts. I don't know, something about like a knit item is really appealing. You know, so you like that nice combination of cozy,
Turn
cute,
around
and,
when it is safe to
you know,
do
maybe
so.
a little bit daring. right? When you consider the weather and everything.
200 yards. Turn right. You have arrived
Excuse
at
me,
your
coming
destination.
through. Don't worry, that'll come out of Horizon's bill. Cozy in autumn. Hell yeah. Good time for that. Ah. One of the good things about autumn coming soon, I can pull out those fashions, right? Pull out the sweater dresses and everything and rock those again while I'm out and about. Alright. Well, I probably want to bring my best to these events, so I think I'll continue using the CJ-15 here. And if not sweater items, you could probably go for like a good cardigan and you know, a shirt to go with it, or like a cardigan and a dress, right? Something like that. Get some nice comfy boots to go with it too, just to round out that ensemble. Aw, yeah, that's some good fashion right there. Oversized with a cup of hot chocolate with marshmallows. Oh yeah. I think I got art of me like wearing a sweater dress and enjoying a hot drink. I like that particular piece. I want to see if I maybe can commission like more sweater dress art. I feel like that would be like a casual outfit the anime me would wear semi-frequently. Especially during the colder months. I do wonder, since we're on the island, I have to imagine these races aren't going to be exceedingly long. I remember the races in the base game being like 10-minute marathons. I'd be surprised if they went that long in this game. I like how the top says 1 of 1 laps, so you can make this into a multi-lap affair if you wanted to. Only reserved for those people who want to try to farm credits and experience, I imagine. Also, for this being a dirt race, there sure is a lot of tarmac segments. And we still have like a substantial dirt portions, I guess, so could be worse. Turn over here. Through the trees. Little corridor of trees. I imagine that probably looks pretty good in spring. Which it will be next week. Although I probably won't be playing this game next week. Honestly, between the Crew 2 and the Crew Motorfest, which shockingly enough I'm still playing, and Forza Horizon 6, I think that's like a good amount of drive game fixed there. In fact, I think I might actually take a break from the Crew when Year 3 ends. So I mostly picked up the Crew because I felt like I was like falling off of Forza Horizon 5. And now that 6 is in full swing, maybe I can go back to that for a bit, right? The upshot is, when I want to return to the Crew, especially Motorfest, there will be a ton of new content for me to check out. They are regularly updating that with more playlists and everything. Sure, I'll miss out on some of the limited time stuff, but, you know. It's like mostly cosmetics and cars, and I end up not winning a lot of it anyway, so no huge loss, right? Also means when I do make my inevitable return to Crew Motorfest, we could probably do like a little return mini-series, right? Let's dedicate a few weeks towards playing through all the playlists and Motorfest that would accumulate in the meantime. Be cute if you had art making a sandcastle on the beach. Oh! You know, that's a really good idea, actually. Sandcastle art. I have to workshop that. Maybe I need to, like, make a list of that, right? Just a list of art commission ideas. Just put them down and go, alright, so maybe I want art of this, or art of this, and art of this, right? It's like made a note of who I want to cosplay and what kind of scenarios I want to be in and what kind of outfits I want to wear. Would be pretty fun though. You're right. That would be pretty fun. And cute. It does sound cute. Yeah, it does. With a seashell bikini top. Just do my best Little Mermaid impression. It is interesting to see just like how much, you know, the Disney animated adaptations have kind of influenced the designs of certain characters. I feel like whenever you see Alice pop up, like, for example, right, like in an anime or something, he's like 9 times out of 10 gonna be wearing a blue dress and a white apron, right? Like the same outfit the Alice in Wonderland film was wearing. Or, you know, like how, you know, aquatic people will sometimes be depicted wearing, like, seashell tops because of, The Little Mermaid. And you also see some things that are, like, inspired by Aladdin, right? Like, there's sorts of styles and everything. I did see that switchback be highlighted in the distance. So I know that that's going to be part of this race here. In fact, I think it's coming up soon, actually. And I also know it's pretty close to town, so... Man, this is like the equivalent of, was it putting that downwards treadmill ramp at the end of, like, the Gauntlet in Gladiator, right? So I remember, like, the original Gladiator, that particular obstacle is at, like, the start of, that event. But then, like, in the Gladiator remake, they put that at the end. Which was even worse, right? Because you imagine you have to go through an entire obstacle course, and your energy and endurance will probably be spent by then. And now you have to go up this ramp with a downwards treadmill on it, right? So you really have to just, like, give it your all to just cross the finish line. That was pretty wild. Also, anytime I think of Gladiator, I remember the parody they had in Hot Shots Part 2, where I think it was like at the end of the movie, like the two of the characters suddenly race each other in like these some of the obstacles that showed up. And it ended with like the two getting onto like the jousting platforms and picking up like those giant pugil sticks and swinging at each other. Eventually, one of them knocked the other off the platform. And that was, like, basically the end of that fight. Personally, I'm hoping like the sort of trend of making new entries in old comedy series, they eventually decide to make a new entry of the Hot Shots. I feel like there's several different directions they could go with like making a new entry of the Hot Shots series. What was it? Hot Shots 1 was basically a parody of Top Gun, and then Hot Shots 2 was basically a parody of Rambo. So if they wanted to continue the trend, they could like maybe parody another type of film. I was thinking, what if they did something like Jason Bourne, right? Like bring the guy back and have him like do parody of like a Jason Bourne film. I think that would be pretty hilarious. You say that, I just think of the whole Rambo thing with the mountain of spent shells. Oh yeah, that part too.
Our island conqueror has to conquer every race.
Oh wow, Viking outfit.
Which means there's one
Man.
monster still to go.
So does that mean the other race gets me the Viking helmet? Look at all that influence, though. Not that it matters anymore, because we're at the end of it all. I think the Mountain of Spent Shells, too, also had, like, the body counter that went up. It would occasionally interrupt the bit to go, like, higher body count than, say, Total Recall, right? And then at the end it was like, bloodiest movie ever! Which was especially funny, because I don't think there was, like, any actual bloodshed. It was just a mountain of bodies. And bullets. He was, like, up to his waist in casings there. He did use the infinite ammo cheat. No reloads as well, right? Didn't have to worry about feeding a new belt into it or anything like that. Just held down right trigger, left trigger, and just aimed forward. You know, it's like a turret sequence during that period of time where every FPS seemed to have one of those.
Arrived at your destination.
Okay. Here we go, the racing finale, the Kraken. What kind of car will we drive here? Oh, more off-road? Oh, I feel like I gotta drive something different. As much as I want to drive the Willis, that is Class D right there. Hey, you know what, since we opened with the Rebel TRX, maybe we should close out with the Rebel TRX, right? Let's go drive that. I do the Macarena in the background. Horizon presents
One
the
monster
Kraken.
down, one to go. Win this, and you are the island conqueror. They're not nearly as scary the second time around.
Alright, you already know what the top 12 are like. You just gotta do it again. Admittedly on a different track, but, you know. Still know their moves, right? You've read their book. You've downloaded them, so to speak. Now it's time to use everything you've learned and give it your all in the final stretch. It's appropriate that it would be really snowy, right? Instead of really rainy. I imagine if it was sort of like spring or fall or summer, it would be really rainy, but since it's winter, it's just really snowy. Although they do have the lightning and the thunder in the background, so there's that. Kraken is making me want the Kraken spiced rum. Just break out a bottle of that in celebration at the end of the race, right? Has anyone ever been in like a weather condition where there's like thunder and snow? Personally, I haven't, but I imagine that's probably a sight to behold. And maybe one to be feared a little bit, right? It was like hoping the snow and the lightning won't affect you too adversely. It was probably quite the sight to see. Like two forms of weather that you normally don't see together, suddenly working in concert to really give you some truly treacherous conditions. Never. Yeah. I imagine most people haven't. Like, the only reason you'd probably encounter it is because you live in a place that would have something like this, but yeah. I can't imagine most people would go chasing for it. Although I would imagine those people do exist. We have people like chasing tornadoes, so lightning, snow, not out of the question. I say notice we're going up the switchback for the road race. Kind of taking this whole thing in reverse when you think about it. Thunder and hailstone. Oh man. Another frightening combination. The hailstones especially. If they get large enough. I do remember being part of a hailstorm once. Although luckily I was inside a building, so we just had to wait inside. Although we did go outside to see that the hailstones were large enough to actually do some damage to the property and the cars around, so that was certainly an interesting time. Get in looking all pruned up? Oh, for sure. If you've been out in the rain, out in wet weather, yeah, that can certainly happen. Yeah, and you have to like take off all your clothes and then go hang them up so that they can dry off properly, right? And maybe put some by the heater too if you can, so that can also dry off in a timely manner. Yeah, and showering to get warm too. And hot, yeah. Good hot shower to both like clean the rain off you and also to just like warm you up. Nice feeling. Although I've been in the opposite situation too, where I've been in weather that's like so hot and muggy. When I go shower, I actually keep the water somewhat cold. That way I can cool off at least for a bit, at least for a moment. Of course, they would have a checkpoint out here to make sure you actually take the curve and they'll just cut through it. Because I certainly had that thought for a moment. I was like, okay, if they don't have a checkpoint at that curve over there, I could just straight shot it through. But nope, they knew. They knew what we would have done. Like, nah, we gotta at least keep you on some semblance of the race line here. Mum be like, get them clothes off or you'll get double pneumonia. Oh yeah. I think mine was just like, yeah, you'll catch a cold, right? You'll get sick. Okay, we're gonna cut into the ruins here. No straight shots here, although we are close to the end. I guess a race like this would want us to go through the castle, huh? It's a pretty scenic spot. Alright, take a turn over here. Ah, pretty close to the end. I can see the finish line over there. Just a few more turns back and forth. It'll be good. I've been soaking t-shirts before wearing in this hot weather. You know, that's a pretty good tactic, actually, I imagine. Moisture will probably help you retain some coolness. Give you a bit of a barrier for the heat that'll hit you. I mean, it's why your body sweats too, right? Like, the perspiration is there to sort of help lower your skin temperature. There we go. That was like 7.5 minutes. I believe the other race was like around 7 to 8 minutes as well, too, huh? Yeah, just like that, we have become the winners of the island.
Yes, I knew you could do it. Monster Slayer, Island Conqueror. Oh, I don't care what the title is.
And of course, we got the Viking
It's you.
helmet. Yep. That was the other part of the outfit. I feel like the dialogue is written in a way that it feels like it could accommodate, like, accommodate both races, no matter which order you decide to do them. If you decide to do the road race and then the dirt race, you could get it that way too, huh? But yeah, I guess just like that, we are the Conqueror thinking. Yep, I'm thinking right now. What do I want to do next? I mean, it's pretty obvious what we got to do next here. Right, one final piece of business to wrap things up. We gotta finish this treasure hunt. Alright, clue number 8. The Swedish Knight is ready for action. Lakeside Speed Zone will test its traction. Okay, so we need to go to the Lakeside Speed Zone, and we need a car from Sweden. Right, my cars, sort by country. Oh, wow, look at that. Iron Knight. I think they're probably referring to that, aren't they? Right? Getting there. Gotta be at the Lakeside Speed Zone. Man, it's like a whole racing truck cab. Ah, right there. Okay. That's where I gotta be.
Safe to do so.
Oh, what's the speed target? 50? Alright. Hopefully stock will be enough to hit that. Yeah, we should be fine. Hopefully. Oh no, we're easily hitting 120. Okay. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. We should be able to get 1 star, at least. Right up your alley, right up your street, a truck like this, I can imagine. Yeah, this would definitely speak to you. I wouldn't be surprised if this were in, like, Euro Truck Simulator. Surely they probably have a truck cab like this in Euro Truck Simulator too. Vroom! Certainly are going vroom vroom in this truck cab here. Well, yeah, I gotta remember. What failed? That went a little too outside the zone. Oh man, okay. So maybe don't take it so quickly. Or try to brake earlier. Or maybe curse the fact that I'm doing this in the winter season, so traction would normally be lower. Oh, if only it was in the ETS. Okay, so it's not in the ETS. It's a pretty slick looking truck cab, though. Oh, there's probably a mod of it, if nothing else, I imagine. Alright, as long as they stay above 50, I'll be okay. Yeah, riddle solved, baby.
Hey, Goose. Solution confirmed.
Ah, okay.
Transmitting coordinates.
It's a
The treasure will be
little
around here somewhere.
rock tunnel.
Happy hunting.
Alright, it's not too bad. It's like on the beach, right? The whole zone, but we probably have a good idea of where it could be.
400 yards. Turn left.
Fun fact, you're playing with 2,400 horsepower in that. That's a lot of horses. It's a lot of power.
Turn
Imagine
left.
a thing of this size and caliber probably needs
100
that many
yards. Turn right.
horses to get it going in a reasonable amount of time. Yeah, this thing's going from 0 to 60 in a pretty quick amount of time,
200
so
yards. Turn right.
definitely want a lot of horsepower behind it.
You have arrived at your destination.
And on to the beach we go. Look out for BTs in the meanwhile. Wow, this whole wooden barrier here, much more durable than I expected. Lots of bulk to move, true that. Certainly a lot of weight to carry forward. That's for the truck cab alone. Oh, nice of them to put glow sticks in here. So now we just gotta keep an eye out for a chest. Oh, I think it's here. There was like an outcropping or something, right? At the very least, there was like a glow-in-the-dark shield. Yeah, because I'm still in the explorable zone. Unless there's like...
Live will begin shortly. Good luck.
Oh. Wait, I don't want to be in the Forza Live. Hold on, can I back out of this? Man. Yeah, the Forza Live zone overlapped the treasure hunt zone. We saw the shield glow in the dark too, so certainly not going to try to hide it from us too much. Predator blood. Maybe it's over here. Has to be close to one of the entrances, because, you know, those prominently... Oh, wait, there it is. I see a shield. Okay. Yeah, chest is... Did I pass by it? Map says I'm right on top of the chest. Okay, it's in here. Blow!
Attention, the 8th Fortune Island treasure has been found. Tech crews, we may have a security leak. Either that or a very persistent treasure hunter. Stand by.
I do like they have their tongue firmly in their cheek with regards to me just finding every single chest when it's theoretically a competition between every competitor here. Alright, Korea surprised with this new performance car, Sting the Mountain Speed Trap for all 3 stars. Okay, I might have to get a tune for this one, but we can sort for now, see what cars we have from Korea. Is this it? We have our Korea cars here. Have the Hyundai Veloster and the 2018 Stinger. You said it was like a new car, right? So, huh. I didn't realize Hyundai was in Korea. I thought that was a Japanese brand. Alright, let's try this one. It said Sting in the clue. Wait. Oh, how did I miss that? Oh, yeah, you're right. It does say Sting. Okay, so it's probably the Kia Sting, isn't it? Alright. Let's get that one then. I mean, it literally says Stinger right there, right? These clues are pretty on the nose, so... Yeah, they have a word like that. You could probably assume, It's a direct reference to the kind of car they want you to be riding. Okay, what was the speed zone I gotta go to again? Let's see here. Mountain speed trap. Oh, we only have A class right now. I think I will have to stop by the festival site to maybe modify this one. Alright, I only need to hit 130 miles per hour. Yeah, we can... Alright, keep forgetting. Fast travel costs money, so... I'll just take the free fast travel up to the festival site. You can drive from there. Alright, give me a tune I can use. S1? Yeah, that one looks pretty good. Let's just get that one in there. From A to S. Too bad it's not S2, right? From A to S to S, right? Alright, let's get to the mountainside speed trap.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
So I just need to hit 130.
In 400 yards, turn right.
Oh yeah. For this tune, I'm easily hitting 130,
Turn
so...
right.
That road up there was pretty straight too, so... Should be easy enough to build up,
In 400 yards,
enough speed to hit the target.
turn left.
Wow. I'm shocked with how well this car handles off-road. This is one heck of a tune. Also, this also reminds me of Forza Horizon 2, though. I think the off-road mechanics of that one was like slightly different, so... hypercars kind of dominated everywhere, right? People were taking Lambos off-road and just like
Turn left.
absolutely blasting records and multiplayer with those. So there was a change with the way off-road worked for 3 and onwards. So that way you couldn't just take the super fast hypercars everywhere and expect to get everything done. Oh, got a winter Forza-thon thing done. Alright. Well, I'm certainly not gonna hit 130 that way.
You have arrived. at
Yeah!
your
Oh
destination.
man! I thought I wasn't gonna hit the target,
Hey,
but
Goose.
luckily I made it.
Solution received. Transmitting coordinates. If we ever do a car-themed trivia night or scavenger hunt, you have to promise to be on my team.
Ha! Ha! Yeah, alright. Really good at figuring this out. Okay, wow, out there, huh? Now I think about it, there weren't really any events that required us to go out here, were there? Right? We didn't have any off-roads or cross-countries that had us going through the water in these land masses. There's a lighthouse in the distance,
Turn around
though.
when it is safe to do so.
Oh, let's see if I can get something from the danger sign here. Not that it matters. Well, I guess it matters for 100% completion purposes. There's that.
Recalculating route. In 200 yards, turn right.
Okay, so at least we know from like the perspective of the
400
photo.
yards.
The treasure chest is located somewhere where we can see the lighthouse on
200
like
yards,
across a
turn
body
left.
of water.
Turn left.
There's a body of water that separates the lighthouse and the location of the treasure. A house! Boom! Imagine not only living out on an island, but just like living in a remote area of the island. Just like become the kind of person they speak about in stories, right? The ones where the kids talk about in a hushed whisper about the person who lives at that house. I saw a camera icon over you there. Mind if I take a photo? Oh, got a photo. First time I photographed a stinger as well, so hooray. Okay, real quick, let's get in there and look at that photo here. Alright, yeah, so the lighthouse will be on a cliff, and then the chest will be by some kind of tree or structure, also by a fence, it would appear.
You have arrived at your destination.
Also across a body of water, so there's that to consider. So yeah, that's the lighthouse. Probably means... oh. Okay, so we can't just, like, bound across to the island area from here. It's a good thing we got these land masses over here to let us know this is a shallow area we can safely drive across. Do appreciate it, though. Alright, and then we go over here. Now I gotta be on the lookout for a structure and a fence. Although, to be fair, I did drive through a rock fence a little ways back there, so I might have already passed by it. Oh yeah, and this is one house in the distance as well. So if it's anywhere, it's probably around here. Oh wait, here's some rock parts. No, that's brush. Oh wait, there it is. I think that might be a rock structure. This could be where the chest is. Jackpot. Actually jackpot too.
Another Fortune Island treasure claimed, Horizon. Treasure hunters, you have one more chance. One more chance. At this rate, I would suggest you wait with radios on and engines running.
And maybe have a drone on hand too. Well, okay then. Let's take a gander at that final clue. This house shines like a star. Jump to it in a classic muscle car. Alright, so, I think classic means that the car is probably in the classics category, right? Probably an old-timey thing. Obviously, muscle means it's of the muscle class too, so we gotta get ourselves a muscle car from the classics era. And then I guess the PR stunt probably has, like, house or star in it, too. So you have to keep an eye out for that. So classic muscle is obviously very easy to do. Just a matter of finding out what sort of star house we gotta jump over. Is it this one? Benholm's Ruin. Wisp Flight. Since I'm assuming we're jumping over it, it's probably gonna be a danger sign, too. Storm Cove. Maybe that's a reference to Storm Island. We'll fall, not that one. The Descent. Probably not that one. North Cliff. Okay, that's all the danger signs, actually. Can you throw some of that cash my way? Only. Maybe it's Westwick? Could it be Westwick? We'll try that one. Right, I need to switch to a classic muscle. Guessing any classic muscle will do. That's interesting. Considering, like, most of the other clues require you to drive a specific car. Having one that's just like, okay, here's the type of car you need to drive. As long as you got that, you'll be good. I guess I'm going with the Chevrolet. This one has the highest performance index at the moment. What's the clue again? Hold on, I can bring it up. This house shines like a star. Jump to it in a classic muscle car. Right, so jump probably means it's a danger sign. Now the question is, which danger sign is it? Probably going to be a danger sign that has you jumping towards a house, if anything. Which is why I'm thinking maybe that one? I suppose if nothing else, we could just like jump off of every danger sign and then we'll eventually get the right one. Lighthouse? You think so? So over here maybe? The Skildar watch.
Turn around.
That might make sense too. Lighthouses do shine in the night like a star. Well, we can try that. Yeah, I guess from this perspective, we would be jumping to it too, so... I might have to tune this car, depending. We'll see. We'll see if I can clear it first try or not. Alright, let me mark that real quick.
Around when it is safe to do so.
Man, I like the PR stunts on this island. I feel like they have some thought put into them, right? You're jumping over gaps, you're kind of plowing your way uphill and downhill and going through various things. Oh, hey, there we go. Personal best. Oh. But it wasn't enough for even a star. Okay. I might have to tune this one. Off to the festival site. Well, if we're going here, I might as well pick a muscle car that I like and then tune that one. Let's do that once again. Filter by... where was it? Classic muscle. Let's see. Hey, you look cool. How's about I go tune you up? Good old Mustang GT Coupe. Oh man, you can bring it all the way up to S2. That's wild. Think. Heck with it. Why don't I see what good S1 tunes there are? Oh, right. Oh, hey, wow. Okay. Get the 900s here. You get a drag spec. Sure, drag spec in the snow. What could possibly go wrong? I mean, even in the snow, it should still get a decent amount of speed. Yeah, I got plenty of money to burn. We can afford to spend 100,000 credits tuning this one up. And if this tune turns out to be a bust, well, I can spend some more money to maybe try another one. Alright, let's get back out there. smacking into all the cars here, too. Just to let them know who's boss, who's the island conqueror here. Yes, you will all bow to me. I am the ruler of this domain. And we are moving. At least on the road here. See how this thing does off-road. It still seems like it's going fairly fast. Obviously not as fast as it could on the road, but hopefully it'll be fast enough to clear the top part of the danger sign here. Oh, definitely not like that, though. Maybe I should just, like, set myself up instead of trying to drive from this angle.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Looks like a handful. It is a little squirrely. But then again, this is a drag spec. It's not really meant for turning.
You have arrived at your destination.
Okay, that was even worse than stock. Then again, it is a drag spec. It is not meant for off-road. It's probably what I get for just, you know, looking at raw numbers rather than, what this thing was meant for. Maybe I could try, like, following the dirt road. Maybe trying to hit the dirt road as I make my way to the ramp. Maybe that will help me get some more speed. Also, try not swerving too much. Oh, solved the riddle. Okay, well, you were right.
I
Turns
thought
out
that
it was,
a really hard one. How did you...
the lighthouse.
Oh, right then. Transmitting coordinates. At least we can give you some exercise.
Heh. So this one's by the castle, it would look like. Just need to find some, buildings by it, too. And a little pile of stones. Oh, look, they put me back by the ramp. Alright. Well, let's go wrap up this treasure hunt, shall we? Should probably set a marker. There we go.
400 yards. Turn right.
That way I'm not just wandering around the island aimlessly. We have purpose. We have drive. One more chest with 1,000,000 credits inside it. Right? Non-numbered, non-denoted, tax-free credits, right? All that good stuff.
You have arrived at your destination.
Okay. Now just gotta get closer to the castle. Where's the castle again? Man, you'd think a structure like that would be hard to miss. Oh wait, there it is. Okay. This is the one they're speaking of, right? It's not like another castle that I should be aware of. Oh, okay, this is like actually the edge of the general area. So it wouldn't be back here. Alright. Circle back around. Man. Let's see that photo again. Where is it? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's by the water. It looks like it's right next to a structure. Yeah, so it's like, more like a river, right? It's not by like a lake. Oh, I remember this treasure. I need a fast car, really? Because this is like on a little plateau or something? Oh wait, is that it? Is it up there? Is this why I need a fast car? Right, something that can cut through the water somewhat easily. I can get onto the land fine. Yeah, alright. Okay, yeah. Let me swap cars then. Get a good off-road car that'll go reasonably fast. Or maybe I could just like head back to the festival site and try to tune one for that, but I can make it with the car I've been using this whole time. That would help. Let's try the Renegade here. It's one of my faster off-road dealios. Yeah, not quite sure what I thought that would accomplish. Like how I got that lumberjack skill. So I probably need like some kind of ramp to get me up there, huh? Question is there a ramp nearby I could use? Where would I jump from? Would this be a good spot to get some air? No, it doesn't look like it. Kinda has like the drop off there. All of the air time. Thought so. Just need to find a place with a good ramp. Would this be it, maybe? Would this be the best shot for making it all the way over there? Might I actually have to perhaps tune a little Jeep here? Maybe get some snow tires on it. Yeah, I don't think a B class is gonna cut this one. Let's regroup at the festival site. See if we can tune this up to the max. And if not this one, we'll find something we can tune up pretty high. Also gotta make sure we get snow tires for it too. That would probably help. Okay. Let's see if I can filter this. Yeah. Oh, keywords too. There's something here I can use to filter for winter. Not really. Let's just search. See what S1 Jeeps show up here. Cross country. Crazy off-road. This one packs a bit more torque. You know what? Let's go with that one. Let's see how that goes. And maybe I can go see if I can swap in some snow tires. I forget. Downloaded tunes are usually locked, so if you want to modify some aspect of it, you have to break the entire tune. Yeah. Okay, we'll just roll with this. Sadly, I need to head to bed. Good luck with your big jump. Have a good night. Thanks. Yeah, have yourself a good rest molecular. Shadow Fox, thanks for being here. Yeah, this will probably be the last thing that I do. Alright, we'll close out on this. You know, a good way to close out our adventure here on Fortune Island, right? We conquered the island, we got all the treasure. Now we can go home champs and 10 million credits richer on top of all that. I didn't expect to go through this DLC as quick as I did. But I suppose it is a DLC, so, you know, you're not expecting like a campaign on the size of the main game. And to be fair, it is around the average runtime of the other Forza DLCs I did, right? I think what, spent 2 streams on, 2 streams on, Rally Adventure in 5, right? 3 streams in the Hot Wheels DLC for 5 as well. I think my first run through LEGO Speed Champions was longer than that, but I think that one was just naturally long by definition, or unnaturally, I guess, in this case. But yeah, suppose that this checks out. Thank you for the recap. I was very lost. Oh, you're very welcome, Sinless Deity. Also, welcome. How are ya? Thanks for stopping by. Unfortunately, I have to switch over to PNG mode because this, I guess it was lagging this game something fierce for some reason. Which is weird, because last week it was running just fine, so not quite sure what the change was.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
But it is what it is, so this is what we're looking like for now. Hi, all is well. Just doing some last-minute trip prep. Ah, yeah. Got a big trip coming up. But yeah, it's always good to make sure everything's in order, that you got all your supplies, right? Everything that you want to bring along with you, and you know, everything checks out there. So yeah, good to double check, triple check, and maybe even quadruple check if you need to. Yeah, man. Even with this tune, we're still going slow as balls. Although this appears to be the ramp we want to get off to if we want to get to that little archipelago over there. So just need to go a little over to the left. Now we need a little bit more over to the left. I think we need a different angle. Also, like, more wind-up time, I think. Probably need to work our way back a little more. It's okay, small gale is still good gale. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Gonna forget my most important necessities now. Oh no! I keep clicking cancel. I wanna resume from where I am. It's a big jump. It is a big jump. I suppose for a final clue, it's appropriate that's a little bit more out of the way, right? You have to decipher the clue a little bit more, and then to actually reach it, you might actually have to put in some effort to make it all the way out here. Man, I wish there was like some way to mark places that are not on the roads, so I know like what kind of angle I have to hit the ramp. Yeah, trying to eyeball this all the way out here is an exercise and a half. I don't even know if I'm facing the right direction anymore. Luckily, it's mostly flatlands, so hopefully all the bumps and everything won't slow me down too much. Okay, let's try over here. We'll build things up and that'll give us enough speed to get over to the little outcropping over there. Well, I think we got it. We got it, folks. Got it right over. Okay, so we need to slow it down, or maybe try to steer my way into the building. I think that might help. Let's try that. Oh, hey, we did it. Okay. True. We're gonna need prep time for this one. At least a bit of a wind-up time. I say we equip wings and fly. If only we could put on some wings.
The festival vaults are officially empty. From now on, if you need to borrow money, I know a driver you can talk to.
Ha. Also, we got an Aventador out of that. Very nice. No, nice too. Yeah, very nice. Well, okay, one more thing actually, since we're on this little space. Let's see if I can hit that 5,000 point board. Just to close things out. Blam! There we go. All right. Okay. You know what? As a little celebration, I guess we can maybe spin the wheels a little bit, see what we get from the wheel spin. I'm not gonna do all of these. I think we can just like maybe do 25 perhaps. See what we can grab from them. So far, a trophy and a red leather jacket. Man, if that trophy had like a different band around it, probably would have gone real nice with the leather jacket. I'm so close to getting a car. All I got was just a horn. Oh, okay, at least we got Pontiac there. Oh, wow, look at that. Like a car you see in Batman or something. Ooh, gambling? Yeah, right. A perfectly in-game source of gambling too, right? Get a little gamba out of the way. Since this is Forza Horizon 4, it'll give us some good prizes. Now, getting a little money, a lot of clothes, a car here and there. Quality content right here. Oh man. I think maybe we'll be able to spin the super special 5-star car, which is going to be basically any Forza Edition car. Oh, well, I got an Edinburgh turtleneck. That's probably super special awesome. Leather slip-ons. Got some loafers. Ooh, sweater. It does look like one of those layered types. I don't know, I'm kind of into layered clothes, right? I like a good sort of inner and outer piece. Right, give me like jacket and undershirt, or like sweater and shirt under it, or like vest and shirt. That's pretty hot too. Okay, sure, give us the space age bomber jacket. Knit trainers. Oh yeah, called sneakers trainers in the UK. Another car. Another common footwear. And finally, a turtleneck. So we didn't get anything like super special like we did last week. Let me see what we got here. Oh. Gifted super wheel spins. Ooh, that's a lot of wheel spins. Oh, we got some money here too. 20. I think maybe we can maybe go through this one. All right. Triple the prizes. Triple the fun. Oh my god, I was so close to getting that Koenigsegg. Damn it. Yellow sweater was huge though. Yeah, I guess it was. It was a pretty nice looking sweater. Hey, Running Man emote. Alright, let me get to hydrate here. Thanks for that. Man, I can't believe this cup of water lasted the entire stream. Guess it wasn't the longest stream. Tartan roll-ups! Oh, I also got a 911 Carrera 73. That's pretty cool, too. Plaid pants. I think there are, like, certain outfits out there that can make plaid pants work. You know, just has to be the one thing that's, like, patterned on your outfit. Yeah! Forza Edition car, baby! Nova 69. Nice. I got some red shades, too. That's pretty cool, as well. Oh, hey! Galaxy skirt. I think I was, like, aiming for that last time I was playing 4. To think I would finally pick it up when I'm about to wrap up Fortune Island here. Oh my god! The Caterham R500! And a lot of credits. Ooh, I got an Edinburgh watch as well. That will go nicely with my Edinburgh sweater. Does that mean that I also have, like, a pants version of this? Or maybe a skirt? Or both? I guess I could settle for a jazz jacket. I saw gold running shorts there. Give us some gold dolphin shorts. Every femboy's ears just perked up at the sound of that. Gold dolphin shorts. Nice. It is nice. $300,000. Rock the whole Edinburgh fit for a stat bonus. Yeah. You unlock the skill. I don't know enough about Edinburgh to make a jerk about that. You know, insert one here, right? You could probably think of something funnier. Oh, hey, a third Forza Edition car. The Renault Stilo. Alright. You know what? Going through these super wheel spins was totally worth it. I see a golden skirt there. Give me the sequin skirt! I don't know, for a piece of clothing like that, right? Yeah, it's like definitely a degree of tackiness to it, but I don't know. Something about that also feels like it would be perfect for going out to clubs, right? Going out dancing in it. Alright, you know what? I'm kinda in it now. Let's just get the rest of these. It's only another 10. It's only another 10 wheel spins. We'll definitely get some stuff out of it. Alright, let me collect the other ones here. A guitar slide horn. Okay, we have one more pack. I wonder if those 20 is just like what I've accumulated over the weeks, and now that it finally logged in again, they're like, all right, we're giving you all the backfilled wheel spins that you collected, right, over the past year that you haven't logged into Forza Horizon 4. It's rather friendly of them. The Golden Tash. Man, why don't we get cosmetics like this in 6? I mean, to be fair, we do get, like, the pleated skirts and, you know, the goth dresses, so, I mean, that's nice. Also, Alfa Romeo 8C. That's what, the 4th Forza Edition car we got. Oh, hey, look, a tartan cap. Not an Edinburgh cap, but it's close enough. In skirts we trust? Hell yeah. We support skirts here, skirts and people who like wearing skirts. Missed out on the 5th Forza Edition car. And we end with a whole line of clothing items, alright. Hey, you know what, that was a pretty good haul to wrap things out on, right? We found the treasure of Fortune Island, we became the champions of Fortune Island, and now we're walking away with a nice little extra stash of prizes here. Yeah, alright, let's get back out here and let that get saved, because, yeah, I think that'll do it. Wow, I guess like main game Forza Horizon 4, Fortune Island really doesn't have like a concluding cutscene or a window or even anything like that. It's just like, yeah, you did it, congrats, clap, 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 clap. Enjoy your prizes, now go and do something else now, right? There's obviously still things to do here, right? The rest of the PR stuff to try the 3-star, more the rest of the boards and photographs to complete, and obviously the story too, but yeah, I think I'll leave it off here. That will be a playthrough of Forza Horizon 4 Fortune Island. Right. Okay. I'm going to go over to BRB and switch back to VTuber forum so I can see y'all out. So I'll head over there and see you in a few. Boy, choppy this dope.